It's the second last episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars Season 5. We're cutting down to our final three that will go into the grand finale. And, I'm not really that surprised by this group of queens that we're left with. We have Blair St. Clair. She was fairly consistent most of the season. I would even say in the upper half, fairly strong all season long. Kind of bombed here at the end. We have Jujubee, was super strong at the start and has been pretty consistent the rest of the way. Shea has mostly had high points all season long. Few little misses for her along the way. And then lastly, Miss Cracker, who has really turned things up as we go into the finale here to make a very significant case for herself to be crowned victorious. Let's get into our challenge. I don't think that this was very hard to score at home. This was a comedy challenge. We had Blair. She's clearly fourth place. She absolutely bombed. Even if you lack that confidence, I really don't think it's a good idea to go up and try to do a comedy routine with a book that you have to flip pages for. Even just doing a speech in general, if you can get away with either no paper, cards, or whatever in front of you, or get that down to one card with just some jot notes on it, wow, does that ever make a difference in your delivery and your performance? When we hit those moments where Blair was just looking down, like, how entertaining is this for you right now, looking at the top of my head? Not very entertaining. And she's looking down, flipping those pages, reading her next joke, and then reciting it back to you. It just was a dud. Like, I don't even know. Like, she had one good joke, and it was right at the start. Right at the start, her first line was pretty good. Thanks Jujubee, nice try. That was pretty good. That was pretty clever. And then it was just cringeworthy the rest of the way. I think that performance definitely warranted her being sent home, and would not surprise me if Shea and Jujubee's lipsticks that they picked had Blair's name on it as well. Next up, we had Jujubee. Juju really just had a rocky start. There weren't any jokes going. I was getting very nervous for her. That the latter half of her comedy routine, the jokes started to come, but by that point, just wasn't enough laughs and didn't quite do enough to redeem herself. Like, would have had to have been drop dead hilarious for Juju to have made a comeback. Next up, we have, I would say, the surprise of the week. That was Shea Coulee. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Looked drop dead gorgeous on the stage there, and totally made a run at taking out Cracker for this win. I'm very impressed by Shea. That was the queen who wasn't confident in this, so it was not her wheelhouse. Didn't feel comfortable having the jokes, had the bad critique with the experts beforehand, and then just came out and slayed it. Really, she laid into just owning some of the things that have haunted her in the past, particularly the moment where Sasha Velour's wig comes off and the rose petals start falling down. That really just ruined a whole season for Shea Coulee. She just owned it and was hilarious. And props to Shea for coming up pretty big in this competition. Lastly, we had Miss Cracker, who just slayed. She was the most hilarious tonight. Well-deserved victory. That's back-to-back for Miss Cracker. On top of that, she wins the lip sync against, I think it was just a pylon doing circles out there. Not sure who she was lip syncing against. Pylon with a cape on. And she takes home $20,000 and ends up being the one who has to pull that lipstick to send Blair St. Clair home. Did not look like a fun moment for Blair or for any of the other queens involved. And sad to see Blair go. But I think I'm pretty comfortable with our top three. I think that they're the three that are most deserving to be there in the finale. Right now, I'm ranking them Shea Coulee as number one, Miss Cracker as number two, and Jujubee as number three. That could always change next week, and it's always Mama Ru's decision, right? So she could decide to go any way that she chooses. Excited for the finale. Not sure if we're going to have any differences due to COVID. I don't exactly know when this was all shot. It looked like in the preview that it's a finale as normal, no live audience or anything, just pretty much a regular episode with all our other queens brought back. Kind of looked like the reunion and finale kind of mixed together as one. So we'll see how that plays out, and looking forward to see who takes home the crown. All right, everybody, that is going to wrap this episode up for me. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later.